In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you the most realistic, non-BS way to get fit. So the reason I wanted to make this video in the first place is because there are tons and tons of opinions and ideas and methodologies for how you should eat and train all across the internet, which can make things very confusing. But the problem is most people get caught up and overwhelmed because there are so many options you can choose, so it just causes decision fatigue and then they end up taking no action at all. Or what happens is they cycle through a bunch of these workout methodologies and diets and keep trying new things, but they never really find anything that works, and so they're just cycling through this, putting in a ton of effort and getting no result. All right, so step one is actually two things, but I wanted to lump it into one category. The first, you need to have a better relationship with sleeping. 7 to 8 hours every single night. The reason I say this, without rest and sleep, the same hormones that are responsible for helping you lose weight and build muscle will not be working optimally. So no matter how much you exercise and diet, if you're not sleeping enough, your body is not going to respond in the way you want, and you're not going to get the best result you could possibly get. I don't care if you have kids, I don't care if you're busy, if you travel a lot, everyone can come up with some kind of excuse for why they are not a good sleeper or why they can't find the time to sleep. But I'm just gonna tell you, your life and the way that you feel and your fitness and health is going to decline if you are not sleeping. And the second part of that is hydration. If you are not staying hydrated, it's going to affect the hormones that are responsible for weight loss and building muscle, and it's just gonna make it way harder. So sleep 7 to 8 hours and drink 90 to 120 ounces of water. That's it. Okay, step number 2 is nutrition. When I say nutrition, I'm talking about you need to figure out how much you need to be eating. So how many calories and grams of fat, carbs, and protein you need to be consuming consistently every day. At a basic level, you as a human burns a certain number of calories every day by simply existing. This is called your basal metabolic rate or your resting metabolic rate. So for example, let's just take myself. Dan Whitmer, as just a human, when I wake up every day without doing any kind of walking or jumping rope or anything like that, just from me existing and breathing and my current metabolism and sitting here fidgeting in my chair, I'm gonna burn about 2,000 calories. Now on top of that, on average, I probably burn about 1,000 calories per day exercising. So between surfing, jumping rope, walking, doing some push-ups and pull-ups, probably burn in a range of like 1,000 calories. So that makes my total calorie burn for the day 3,000. Again, 2,000 from my resting metabolic rate, and then 1,000 from exercise. So how would this relate to food? So since I burn 3,000 calories a day, the way that you start to lose weight and lose body fat is by putting yourself in a slight calorie deficit, which just means you are burning more than you are consuming. We know that I'm burning 3,000 calories total per day, so that tells me I'm gonna eat 2,800 calories a day, making that calorie deficit a negative 200. That consistently over time is how you, in a healthy way, lose weight and lose body fat. So now you're probably wondering, well, dude, I have no idea how to figure out my numbers, which is why we created the Jump Rope Dudes nutrition calculator. So let's go to a screen share. I'm gonna show you exactly what I do right now. All right, so to figure out how much we're going to eat per day, just do this, Jump Rope Dude nutrition calculator, and this is going to be our starting place for how much you should be eating. So I'm 34, I'm a male, my weight is about 200 pounds, give or take. My height I'm going to do in centimeters because I know that number off the top of my head. It's 190.5, I'm 6'3". My activity level is high activity. I am going to put that my goal is to lose, and I am a mesomorph. Calculate my macros. Okay, so here we go, guys. The first thing I want you to do is literally just do what I did, because you have to get an understanding of how much you should be eating. With this information, this is telling me if I want to gradually lose weight and body fat, Dan needs to eat 2,934 calories per day. Now, I want to stress, this is just a starting point. This is not something that you look at and do, and if it's off a little bit, you're like, oh, it doesn't work. No, it's just a starting point so that you can be consistent. And then if you're not losing weight, then you can subtract a little bit and try to hit those calories. You can use an app like MyFitnessPal to literally go in and plug in the food that you eat throughout the day. So if you eat a cheeseburger, you go to MyFitnessPal, you put in I eat a cheeseburger, it tells you, okay, that was 700 calories. you now have, I'm not gonna do math, I'm not very good, but like you have this many calories left to eat. Once you eat all those calories for the day, stop eating. The goal every day is to eat this consistent amount of calories and macronutrients, and then recognize how your body is starting to change so that you can make adjustments from there. I wanna stress that you can't really do anything or get any sort of data if you don't have a starting point and if you're not being consistent. Step number 3 is you need to start doing exercises that engage all muscles in your body. My most basic recommendation for this would be starting to work in a little bit of cardio and a little bit of bodyweight exercises. Basic bodyweight activities that are going to activate multiple muscles in your body. Here's how I would recommend you guys, starting to do this workout. I would say jump rope for 10 to 15 minutes every other day, unless you are an absolute beginner, which we already made a video about how much you should be jumping. But I'd say start jumping rope 10 to 15 minutes a day, taking little 10 to 15 second breaks in between like 30 to 40 second sets of jumping rope, and then set a goal for yourself. Do 50 push-ups and 50 squats every other day along with that jump rope workout. Really guys, I would love to hear your comments, what you struggle with, where you're at in your journey. Most people just need to start and just do a simple routine until you understand the basics, and then you can build from there. If you need designated workout programs, nutrition, meals, accountability, all that, that's why we have Jump Rope Dudes TV. It's our app. It's the best way to get very serious about your fitness and weight loss goals. It's linked up in the description below, or it's just jumpropedudes.tv. We're always putting new programs on there, new content about nutrition, yoga, just things that are going to help you, that are going to make the process of looking and feeling better a little bit easier. We'll see you on the next video, and as always, do the thing.